Find RMS value for C-tooth voltage of peak value V0 from time 0 to 2t as shown in the figure. So this is the voltage variation. Here the initial voltage is minus V0, 0. This is a positive value V0. So this is the C-tooth peak voltage. Now first of all, to find out this RMS value, I am going to find Vrms. The formula is integral of V square dt by t. This is V square is square of this value, then by t mean of this value, and then root of this value. Now first let me find out the equation for voltage here. Here voltage is not constant, it is varying. If it is a sinusoidal curve, voltage can be written as V is equal to V0 sin omega t. But here you can see this is a straight line and this has y intercept. If it is passing through origin, then the equation would be y is equal to mx. Now it will be y is equal to mx plus c. What is y? That is quantity along y axis, that is voltage only. So V is equal. What is the slope of this curve? Slope you can take this one. This maximum value is V0 here, this is V0, and this time period is t by 2. So this slope or theta, tan theta is going by opposite side by adjacent side. So slope is equal to V0 by t by 2, and x is the time that we are taking here, t by 2, t3, t by 2. So this is t plus, what is the y intercept here? This straight line is cutting the y axis at this point, whose value equal to minus V0. So you can write this as minus V0. So V is equal to V0 2 by t, or 2 V0 by t into t minus V0. This is the equation of this voltage here. So I am going to substitute the same value here. Integral of V square can be written as 2 V0 by t into small t minus V0. This is the voltage, whole square into dt by t whole power 1 by 2. So this is a plus a minus b whole square, which you can write 4 V0 square by t square into t square plus V0 square minus 2 into ab 2 V0 by t into t into V0. This is the expansion of a minus b whole square into dt by t under integral. So whole power 1 by 2. As t is a constant, as we are going to integrate this one, t power 1 by 2, you can write this out 1 by root t. So the remaining terms are integral of 4 V0 square by t square, this is dt plus the second term integral of V0 square dt minus integral of 2 2's are 4 V0 by t into t. This V0 into V0 is equal to V0 square dt. Now this is the equation. Now from this equation I am going to integrate this one. By integrating this one, now 4 V0 square is constant, time period is constant, only this is the variable. So I am going to write 4 V0 square by t square. Integral t square will be t cube by 3 with limits 0 to t here. So this is t cube by 3 plus this is V0 square, integral dt is t. So this is t here minus 4 V0 square by t, t power 1 become t square by 2 with limits 0 to t. Now I am going to substitute these values here. In place of small t, I substitute capital T and then minus 0. So 0 is not required, just substitute this value. So this value will become Vrms is equal this value is common 1 by root t. Now this value, if you substitute t here, instead of small t directly I am writing 4 v naught square by t square into t cube by 3 plus v naught square into t minus 4 v naught square t square by 2t. Now this t square and t cancel, this t and t cancel. Now this can be written as 1 by root t, 4 v naught square t by 3, 4 v naught square t by 3 plus v naught square t minus 2 v naught square t. You can see this is v naught square t, v naught square t, v naught square by t. So I can take v naught square t by root t constant common. The remaining terms are 4 by 3 plus 1 minus 2. Now take LCM, 4 plus 3 7 minus 6 1. So this will be 1 by 3. So each and every step we have 1 by 2 whole power 1 by 2 is there. Here also we have whole power 1 by 2. So this is also whole power 1 by 2 here. So now we can write this as v naught square t also whole power 1 by 2. This will become v naught square root t by root t into, if you take LCM, 4 plus 3 minus 6, 7 minus 1 by 3. So v naught root t by 3 root t, this root t get cancelled. 3 is also under 1 by 2 power. So this is v naught by root 3. Phasor diagram. A diagram that represents the current and voltage of same frequency as vectors. Now we call them as phasors here, with the phase difference between them as an angle. So the angle between these two, voltage and current, is represent an angle, that is phi, is called phasor diagram. The projection on y-axis gives the instantaneous value of this one. So if you project this one, this is the instantaneous value, this is I naught here, and similarly if you want to find out the value here, this is I1 like this. At this particular time, what are the values of voltage and current here? At this particular time, the instantaneous value of voltage is V1 and current value is I1 here. So here this V voltage can be written as V is equal to V naught sine omega t. From x-axis it is make an angle omega t here. So this will get only omega t. But what is current here? Current I is given by I naught sine. What is the total angle made by this current with x-axis? This is equal to omega t plus phi. So what is the phase angle between these two? The phase angle between these two means I need to take only this and this, which is nothing but omega t plus phi is the phase angle for current, minus phase angle for this one is t. This is called phase difference, generally between delta phi. You can cancel these two, which is equal to phi. So that is the angle between the two quantities here, that is voltage and current. Similarly, in some cases, let us say the voltage V1 is given as V naught sine omega t plus phi 1, and the current I1 at the same time, because 1 I am writing here V1, and V2 I1 is equal to, let us say this is I naught sine omega t plus phi 2. This is entirely different value, not from this diagram. Now what is the phase angle between voltage and current? So voltage and current. So when it is mentioned that voltage and current, first you take the phase angle of voltage, that is omega t plus phi 1 minus current omega t plus phi 2. This get cancelled. This will be phi 1 minus phi 2. This is the phase angle between these two. Suppose in this same question, if they ask you to find out the phase angle between current and voltage, phase angle between current and voltage, then first you need to write current and then voltage. So phase angle of current is omega t plus phi 2 minus current is omega t plus phi 1. These two get cancelled. This will become phi 2 minus phi 1. Types of AC circuits. We have different types of AC circuits. Some pure resistance circuit, pure inductive circuit, pure capacitive circuit. So here I am going to write pure resistive circuit, pure inductive circuit, here pure capacitive circuits. First, let me draw the circuit here. This is a pure resistor. That means only one resistor is connected to a source of AC EMF. Of EMF, let me take this as E naught sin omega t. Similarly, in pure inductive circuit, an inductor of inductance capital L connected to AC source of EMF E is equal to E naught sin omega t. In the third case, pure capacitive circuit, so this is a capacitor and this is an AC source in which E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So for all these three, we are connecting an AC source of same EMF. Now, what is the current that is passing through this one? Already we discussed at this point, we should not indicate the direction of current in any AC circuit. Why? Because direction changes time to time. So what is the current through this one? This is EMF in all these three EMF. First one is a circuit diagram that is drawn in red color. EMF is also given in red color. Now, what is the current here? The current I is given by EMF by R, which is given by E naught sin omega t by R. This is I naught sin omega t. So this is I naught value. This is maximum or peak value. This is instantaneous current at any time. Similarly, how to find the current here? The current passing through this one is given by, first of all, what we can write for inductive circuit. To get the current, what is the EMF induced here? The EMF induced here is given by L di by dt. So this must be equal to the EMF induced in this circuit. So I am going to write L di by dt is given by E naught sin omega t. So di by dt is equal E naught by L sin omega t. But I need I here. So bring this dt to this side. Omega t dt. Now integrate on both sides. So I will become E naught by L. Integral sin omega t will be minus cos omega t by omega. Now from this I can write I is equal to E naught by omega L. This is sin omega t minus pi by 2. So this value is called I naught here. Why? Because it is found that the dimension formula of omega L is nothing but resistance. So omega L is called inductive reactance, which is equal to XL, and XL is given by 2 pi f into L. So XL directly proportional to frequency, because 2 is constant, pi is constant, L is self-inductance of the coil, it is also constant. So it is easy to remember that in an inductor circuit, so you can see this I need to integrate. This is how you can remember this one easily, even for PUC. So this is the current, this is the relation between inductive reactance. This is called inductive reactance. Now let me come here. In this case, the potential drop across the capacitor V is equal to Q by C. So potential is equal to Q by C. So in place of E, I am writing Q by C is equal to E naught sin omega t. So Q is equal to E naught into C into sine omega t. Now by differentiating this one, we can write dq by dt on both sides, derivative with respect to time, sine omega t. So dq by dt is equal to I. This is E naught C. Derivative of sine theta is cos theta. This is cos omega t into omega. So which can also be written as E naught C omega, or you can write E naught by 1 by omega C into cos omega t can be written as sine omega t plus pi by 2. So this is the current passing through this pure capacitive circuit. So from this we can write this value, which is having the dimensions of resistance itself. So this we call it as a capacitive reactance. So XC is equal to 1 by omega C here. This is the capacitive reactance. So XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. XC inversely proportional to this frequency, but XL directly to frequency. But remember students, resistance directly proportional to F power 0. That means resistance does not depend upon the frequency. For whatever may be the frequency, here let me draw the graph here. This is a frequency, this is resistance. Resistance remains constant. But what about the variation of this reactive inductive reactance with frequency? As frequency increases, this also increases. If frequency is 0, reactance will become 0. So it is a straight line passing through origin. Similarly, in this case, when the frequency and capacitors are inversely to each other, we can write this is a rectangular hyperbola. So this is frequency, this is XC. So the corresponding graph will be like this. So these are the variation of resistance, inductive reactance, capacitive reactance with the frequency. Now, in pure resistive circuit, if you want to find the relation between EMF and current, so I am going to take the time diagram here. In this time diagram, see, if you want to represent EMF here, this is a sine function, as well as current also it is a sine function. So I am going to take the EMF with the red color. So this is a sine function. So starts from 0, increases to E naught, decreases and will become negative. So this is the variation of EMF in this curve. This is called maximum EMF or peak value E naught, and here this is called negative peak value. Now let me represent this current with the black color here. So whenever this current EMF becomes 0, current will become 0 here. This is 0. Then it increases and it follows the sine curve only. So this is I naught, this is minus I naught. You can see both are sine curves only, and when the EMF is 0, current is 0. When the EMF is maximum, at the same time current is maximum, and here this time period is T by 4, this is T by 2, this is 3T by 4, this is T. So this is called a time diagram that shows the variation of EMF and current with the time. That means if the current voltage increases, current increases. If voltage decreases, current decreases. If voltage becomes negative, current will become negative. If the voltage is maximum in negative cycle, current also will become maximum here, and both will become 0. So from this we can write EMF and current are in same phase in a pure resistive circuit. Similarly, instead of this one, we can represent the same thing with the help of the phasor diagram also. So this is the phasor diagram that represents voltage and current here. Here the voltage is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Let us say if we represent the vector, let us say this is a vector here. This is E naught. And the current is represented by let us say this is in the same phase, this is I naught. So what is the phase angle between these two? See, these two are not separated by anything, and this angle is omega t for both omega t and omega t. So both are in same phase. So in pure resistor circuit, both EMF and current are in same phase. Now what happens in case of the pure inductive circuit between this current and EMF? So now I am going to, this is called phasor diagram. Now first let me draw the time diagram here that shows the variation between EMF and current for pure inductive circuit. Here you can see E is equal to E naught sin omega t. If you substitute t 0, this will become 0, E naught 0. So once again, as all these three sources are similar sources, so I can draw this curve as t is. So this is the EMF curve like this. This is E naught and this will be minus E naught. What about the current here? You can see the current final equation I is equal to some value into sin omega t, which can also be written as I is equal to I naught. Why? Because E naught by, this is opposition offered to the AC by the inductor. We call it as inductive reactance, opposition offered by the inductor to the flow of AC. Opposition offered by inductor to AC flow. So here you can see this I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. Now if you substitute t0 here, EMF will be 0. But if you substitute t0 here, this will become sin minus pi by 2 will become minus 1. So I will become minus I naught. So when t is equal to 0, current is not positive or current is not 0, this is negative value. So this is just behind this one, lagging behind the EMF. So when the EMF becomes 0, current will become, EMF become maximum, current will become 0. When the EMF becomes 0, current will become maximum here. When the EMF becomes negative here, current will become 0. And when 0, this will be the negative value. So this red color one is EMF, the black color one is current. So this represents E is equal to E naught sin omega t, and this black color one is I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. Similarly, but here this is I is equal to I naught sin omega t, but this is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So this is the time diagram that shows the variation between EMF and current for a pure inductive circuit. But in this case you can see this is omega t, this is omega t minus pi by 2. So what is the phase difference between EMF and current? As we discussed earlier, EMF and current means this minus this, omega t get cancelled, this will become pi by 2. So conclusion here is, here EMF and current are in same phase, but here EMF leads current by pi by 2. So conclusion here I am writing EMF leads current by pi by 2, that is 90 degrees. Similarly, now let me draw the phasor diagram here. So here also I am going to represent this EMF with a line which is make an angle of omega t here. This is omega t, this is E naught. But what about this value? The current lags by 90 degrees to this EMF. So I am going to draw the angle between this and the current should be 90. So this will be current. So this angle will be total angle omega t minus pi by 2. This angle and actual value between these two is 90 degrees pi by 2. So this angle can be written as pi by 2 minus omega t, or omega as it is negative value omega t minus pi by 2. So this is I naught. So angle between this and this must be equal to 90 degrees. These two are separated by 90 degrees here. So phase angle between these two is pi by 2. Now for the third circuit, that is pure capacitive circuit, in this case I am going to draw two diagrams here. This is a phasor diagram. This is a time diagram. So in this case The EMF will be same here because in all these three sources EMF is same, which is equal to E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So we can write this as like this, and the EMF will be, this is E naught. But what about the current? Here you can see current omega t plus pi by 2. So current is, if you substitute t 0 here, this is 0, E is equal to E naught into sin 0, 0. So E naught is 0 when t is equal to 0. But if you substitute t 0 here, sin 90 is 1. So this equation can be written as I is equal to, this value is I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. This is the expression for the current. Here if you substitute t 0 here, this will become 0, sin 90 will be 1, I is equal to I naught. So when t is equal to 0, current is maximum. So here this is the maximum current, and when EMF is maximum, current will become 0. When the EMF is 0, current will become negative here, and EMF is maximum, current will become 0 here, and it will follow like this. So this is the I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2, and EMF is given by E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So this is the variation of EMF and current with the time here, where the times are, this is t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4, t. But where we need to draw the current here? Here current leads the EMF by 90. So here I am going to write current leads EMF by 90. Current leads EMF by 90 degrees or pi by 2 radians. So here it is leading here. So current is already leading here. So here I can write this is the current here, which is equal to I. So what is the angle between these two? Pi by 2. This angle is omega t. So to write this equation, I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. So omega t plus pi by 2 you will reach current. If you write only omega t, you will reach EMF here. In pure resistive circuit, the EMF is given by E naught sin omega t, and here I am representing current I as I naught sin omega t. So this is instantaneous EMF, this is instantaneous current. So what is the instantaneous power in this circuit? Instantaneous power is given by product of E into I. So power P is equal to product of these two, that is E naught sin omega t into, this is I naught sin omega t. So power is given by E naught I naught sin square omega t. Now what is the average power for one cycle? Average power is going to be integral P into dt by t. This is the total power consumed for a full cycle here. So here this can be written as E naught I naught into dt by integral dt, nothing but this is you can write this as integral dt also. First you can write integral dt. So integral p is equal to E naught I naught sin square omega t into dt by integral t is t, and it is t with limits 0t, this is 0t. So the average power consumed in a full cycle is given by, this is E naught I naught sin square omega t by t here, and this is integral of dt. Now this is E naught I naught by t into the sin square omega t can be written as, we know this formula, cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So you can interchange these two. 2 sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So this is 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 integral dt. Now from this you can find this value as E naught T naught, E naught I naught by T. This 2 also can come outside. Integral 1 into T is T minus this cos 2 omega T can be written as derivative of cos is sine. So this is minus sine 2 omega T by this 2 omega. Now, what are the limits here? The limits are 0 to t. Now, if you substitute t here, this will become capital T. This will become sine 2 omega t. This is capital T. But this value is always 0. That's why this you can write E naught I naught by 2t into, here you can substitute capital T. These two get cancelled. This is E naught I naught by 2. So what is the average power consumed by the pure resistor circuit? E naught I naught by 2. So this can also be written as E naught by root 2, E naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2, which you can write E RMS into I RMS, because this value is ERMS, this value is IRMS. So the average power consumed by a pure resistor circuit is given by ERMS into IRMS. So please note down this one. This is how we can find the instantaneous power first, then average power. And here also we are going to use the same expression and the same derivation. Here also same expression, same derivation to find out the average power. So in this case, what I am going to write? I am going to erase every steps here. I am going to write only the instantaneous power and the average power consumed per unit time or time period. What is the power consumed in pure inductive circuit? First of all, let me find out the instantaneous power here, which is given by E into I. This is E naught sine omega t is the EMF induced here, and the current is lagging behind EMF by pi by 2. So this is I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2. So this is the instant power. So what is the average power? The product of these two, so I am going to write P dt by t directly from 0 to t, integral 0 to t, E naught I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2 by t here. So we can write this as E naught I naught by t constant, bring them outside. This can be written as integral of sine omega t cos omega t here. Sine omega 90 minus theta is cos, but this is minus cos omega t. Multiply this with 2, divide with 2. You can write this as E naught I naught by 2t. Minus is also common here. This is sine 2 omega t. But integral sine 2 omega t with limits 0 to t, just now we have seen this one, which is equal to 0. So the total power consumed in the complete time period or for full cycle is always 0 for a pure inductive circuit. Similarly, if you come here for a pure capacitive circuit, what is the instantaneous power consumed at any given interval of time? This is EI, which is given by E naught sine omega t into I naught sine omega t plus pi by 2. Now the average power consumed in this case is given by integral P dt by t from 0 to t, and if you substitute these values, once again this is sine omega t, this is cos omega t. So this is E naught I naught by 2 integral, this is sine omega t into cos omega t from 0 to t. Multiply 2 and 2 here. Now you can write this t. This is once again sine 2 omega t, whose value is 0. The power consumed for a complete cycle of AC for a pure capacitor circuit is also 0. Now I am going to draw the graphs here for the power consumed. EMF is given like this, already it is shown here. So I am going to draw the same graph here. This is the EMF consumed for the half cycle, remaining EMF consumed EMF of this circuit for this full cycle. Now what is the variation of current? So this is the current variation, this is the current variation. So after that, if you want to find the power anywhere, so here black one is current, already we denoted here, and red one is EMF. Now if it is 0 current and EMF is 0, the power consumed also 0. If EMF is maximum, power current is maximum, the product of these two, that is instantaneous power, this into this will be more than this. So the graph will be like this. So this is the power consumed. Once again, when the current is 0, EMF will be 0. So this is the power consumed during positive half cycle of AC. But here you can see EMF is negative, current is negative. So this is minus E naught, this is minus I naught. But the product of these two is minus of minus plus only, and here it is 0, and here power consumed is 0 because EMF and current are 0. So once again for this one you will get the same equation where the power consumed will be positive only. Even though the EMF and current are negative in the negative half cycle, but the power consumed is always positive. Why? Because power is equal to minus E naught into minus I naught. So power consumed plus E naught I naught here. That's why power is positive here. So during positive half cycle, the power consumed is going to be ERMS into IRMS, total power consumed. Similarly, now let me come here. Here the total power consumed for a complete cycle is 0. Already we proved this one here. But graphically, how can represent that the total power consumed in this case is 0? So graphically, what we are going to do here, I am going to represent this current and EMF with the same manner. Here this is the current, this is the EMF, red color one, black one is the current. So first let me use this EMF here, after that current here. So now let me multiply EMF with the current to get the power. Here EMF is 0, current is negative, but 0 into anything is 0, so power will be 0. Now here current is 0, EMF is maximum, but maximum into current 0. But in this case you can see this is EMF is positive up to here, EMF is positive but current is negative. So plus into minus is always negative, but between these 2 points power is 0 at this point and this point. So the total power consumed in this case will be like this, which is equal to 0 here. Here this is minus, this is plus, this is minus, this will be minus here. So this is the variation of power here for the 1/4 of the cycle. Now you can see from here to here EMF is positive, current is positive. So the total power consumed will be positive here. So this is the total power consumed for the next quarter cycle of the AC. Then you can see this is negative, this is positive. Negative into positive is always negative, but here as the current is 0, power must be 0, because 0 into any magnitude of the EMF will become 0. So once again this is the circuit where it can be 0. Then this current is 0, EMF is EMF is 0, current is maximum here. As it is 0, power should be 0, but as this is negative here, and EMF is also negative here, negative into negative will become positive. So this is how you will get the power here. That means in a pure inductive circuit, for the first quarter cycle, power will be negative and then power is positive, power will be negative, power is positive. That's why the total power consumed, average power consumed for the complete cycle is always 0 here. So when the power is said to be positive, that means energy will be given to this one in the form of magnetic field, and when it is negative, this energy will be given by the magnetic field to the circuit, and when it is positive, once again power will be given to this one. That means power will be given to this magnetic field and power will be given by the magnetic field, and it varies from for every T by 4. This is T by 4, this is 2T by 4 or T by 2, this is 3T by 4, this is T. So now this is the variation of power here. Total power for the complete cycle will be 0. Even for the half cycle also total power consumed will be 0 here. But 1/4 of cycle either it is positive or negative. Now in the fourth case, third one, this is the circuit. Here EMF is as it is. So I am showing this EMF variation like this. This is the EMF. E is equal to E naught sin omega t. And current is represented by, here current is leading and it will become 0 here. Maximum 0. Maximum like this. Now multiply power, this EMF with current to get the instantaneous power. EMF 0, current maximum, so power must be 0. If any one of the quantity is 0, the power must be 0, because the power is the product of E and I. If I is 0, power is 0. If E is 0, power is 0. Here EMF is 0, then power is 0. Here current is 0, so compulsory power must be 0. Now here EMF is 0, power must be 0. Here current is 0, power is 0. So these are the points where the powers are 0. Now for this 1/4 cycle, this is positive, this is positive, so power consumed must be both are positive, so this is the positive power here. Now you can see this is current is negative, even though EMF is positive as current is negative, the power will become negative in the next quarter cycle. Now here both EMF and current are positive, if you multiply you will get this is the positive power once again, and then it is negative, even though it is positive current but negative EMF, so power consumed will be negative here. Once again here also during positive current cycle power is given to the capacitor, during negative power cycle their capacitor will give the power to the circuit. So this is positive power, negative power, positive power, negative power, it follows like this.